Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, and furthermore welcome back to yet another exciting Five Nights at Freddy's 2 character explained video. We recently took a look at the marionette in the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, and now we're taking a look at Balloon Boy in the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, or movies, as I'm going to feature the references to Balloon Boy in the first movie, and of course the actual animatronic that was featured in the second movie. So, with that being said, let's get into it. During the events of the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, Balloon Boy exists as a small plastic figure. This Balloon Boy toy appears 3 separate times in the movie and is treated like a running joke. Now, the first time we see this Balloon Boy figure is on Mike's first shift at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza as the security guard. He goes into the back of the security office to go through a locker to find his uniform. And in this locker, he is jump scared by the Balloon Boy figure, which Mike is incredibly uncomfortable with, so much so that he pushes the figure to be facing away from him before he grabs his uniform. The second time we see Balloon Boy is when Mike goes to the storage closet to grab some cleaning supplies so he can clean up Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. While he is in there grabbing some stuff, he sees the Balloon Boy figure once again, of course is scared by it, and being uncomfortable with the way this thing looks, he again pushes it to face away from him. The last time we see this Balloon Boy figure is actually during a mid-credits scene where we have Corey Kenshin, a popular YouTuber, playing a character by the name of Cabby. And Cabby, after just experiencing the whole nightmare situation with Abby and Golden Freddy,
What the? Oh my goodness!
is having a nice nap when he gets a knock at his cab, and Corey doesn't want anything to do with this. He just wants to rest, he's off duty. However, something lets itself into his cab, and he initially tries to tell the person to go away and that he's not going to put up with this, before being scared by this random Balloon Boy figure that somehow is able to knock on doors and let itself into people's vehicles. That's some paranormal stuff happening right there. There's literally no other way to explain it other than it's paranormal activity. During the events of the second Five Nights at Freddy's movie, Balloon Boy is an actual animatronic character at the flagship Freddy Fazbear's Pizza location. And this character was brought to life by the marionette, an animatronic that's so advanced for its time, it's able to control all of the animatronic characters at this location via a wireless connection. After being woken up by Lisa, who is the leader of a trio of ghost hunters by the name of Spectral Scoopers, the marionette would attack Lisa and use her wireless connection to bring all of the animatronics at the flagship Freddy's location to life, including Balloon Boy. Unlike the other animatronics in the movie, Balloon Boy actually hides from sight throughout most of the movie. Balloon Boy's laughter is, however, heard various times throughout the movie.
Hello? Hi.
Constantly alluding to the fact that Balloon Boy is active, we just do not see him. Balloon Boy wouldn't become an active threat until later in the movie, where Mike actually falls into the water of the boat ride at the flagship Freddy's location. And while he is struggling in the water trying to get out, Balloon Boy actually jumps into the water and starts chasing Mike down, his little propeller hat slicing through the water as he makes his way dangerously close to Mike before Vanessa pulls him out. In a scene that I can't help but compare to the movie Jaws.
Hello?
The second time Balloon Boy is seen is during the movie's third act, where Mike is facing off against the withered animatronics after the puppet, using her wireless connection, activates them to go after Mike for messing with the computer, as Mike is on the computer at the flagship Freddy's location trying to deactivate each of the toy animatronics. While this is happening, Balloon Boy, somehow unnoticed, makes its way into Mike's office and begins emitting a high-frequency sound, which I believe is supposed to alert the withered animatronics that Mike is in the office, because immediately after Mike decapitates Balloon Boy to stop it from making this high-pitched sound, the withered animatronics are in the hallway, getting ready to pursue Mike after he had just got them to leave. In a scene which very much reminds me of Balloon Boy in the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 video game, where Balloon Boy is one of the few cases of an animatronic that cannot kill the player. Instead, Balloon Boy will get into your office and steal your batteries, leaving you unable to use your flashlight, and will begin laughing non-stop, alerting animatronics in the area to your location. In most cases, it usually ends up being Foxy, who quickly attacks you because you cannot blind him with the light from the flashlight. Which is basically what ends up happening. Balloon Boy begins alerting the other withered animatronics that Mike is in the office, taking his light so he can't use it, and then quickly after Mike kills Balloon Boy, Foxy appears in the hallway, making his way over to Mike before Mike is able to successfully shut off the toy animatronics and the withers.
Stop laughing at me! Are you gonna go away? Can't use my flashlight while he's here. Piss off, you rectum! Yeesh!
There is also a Balloon Boy statue that I think, based on the hole in its mouth, is meant to blow up little kids' balloons. However, we never see this thing working because we see it as a broken down, beat up statue at the flagship Freddy's location. But I believe this to be completely different from the version of the character that we see go after Mike and Vanessa in the film. But that is the story of Balloon Boy in the Five Nights at Freddy's movies, at least currently. We might see Phantom Balloon Boy or something like that in the third Five Nights at Freddy's movie, but right now we only have the two versions. The Balloon Boy doll, which is somehow able to move around and even open doors. I don't know how that's possible. And the Balloon Boy animatronic at the flagship location, which got decapitated by Mike. I guess Mike remembered all the times the Balloon Boy figure jump scared him in the first movie, right? Anyway, that is my look at the movie version of the Balloon Boy character in Five Nights at Freddy's. Let me know what you guys think about his characterization in the movie, and let me know if you actually would have liked to see them do more with the Balloon Boy character. Let me know all this in the comments below, and with that, do take care, have a great night, and I'll see you in the next video.